In this video, I'll share the camera gear I use on my hiking and backpacking trips. As backpackers, weight of course is a primary consideration since we have to carry our gear over many miles. For me, this setup represents the best compromise between video quality and weight. I've added links to all the gear that I'll discuss in the description of this video. So with that, let's get into what camera gear I use on my hiking and backpacking trips. The camera I use is the Sony a7C. This is one of the lightest and most compact full-frame mirrorless cameras. The a7C is basically the very popular Sony a7 III repackaged into the smaller a6000 series style body, which has been a popular choice for backpackers due to its size and weight. It records high-quality 4K video and produces photos in JPEG and RAW. Sony is known for its excellent autofocus system, and the autofocus in this camera does a good job of tracking me and keeping me in focus as I'm moving. It has a flip-out screen, which is very useful for the times when I have the camera positioned low to the ground. With a flip-out screen, I can simply angle the screen to frame my shot without having to get down on the ground with the camera. The 24 megapixel full-frame sensor works well in low-light situations. A camera that works well in low light is desirable since I like to sometimes capture the night sky, or I'll film and camp just after sunset. I bring a total of two 256GB memory cards, which is more than enough storage for my video footage. My extra batteries are the same Sony FZ100 battery that comes with the camera. These large Z-type batteries provide excellent battery life. I usually get anywhere from a day and a half to 2 days worth of footage on a single battery. So based on that past usage, it's easy for me to figure out how many extra batteries I need to bring on a given trip. The lens I use is the Sony 20mm f1.8 G lens. If I'm going to bring one lens for a backpacking trip, it's going to be an ultra-wide lens. These provide a wide field of view which allows me to capture more of the landscape in my shots. It's compact and lightweight for a full-frame lens at 13.2 ounces. The lens produces an image that is extremely sharp. Now, while the f1.8 aperture isn't necessary for daytime use, it makes the lens very capable in low-light situations. To demonstrate, here's an image of the night sky I took when I popped my head out of my tent just after midnight while camped in the Goat Rocks Wilderness. The focus motor is fast, quiet, and reliable. A silent focus motor is important for me since I don't want my microphone to pick up the focus motor noise as it would ruin the audio of my clips. The large aperture works well in shallow depth of field situations when you want to blur the background and focus on a particular subject in the frame. This helps to give a cinematic look to your shots. All in all, this is a great lens for filming in the mountains. Okay, let me talk camera settings real quick. To get a film look, I primarily shoot in 24 frames per second with a 1/50 shutter speed and low ISO to minimize noise. Now, during the daytime when it's very bright out, these settings allow too much light into the camera and you end up with an overexposed image. To fix this, I simply use a neutral density filter to reduce the amount of light into the lens so I can get a proper exposure. The ND filter simply threads onto the end of the lens, so when it's not bright out, I can easily just unthread it and remove it. Good sound is extremely important in video. To get good quality audio, I use the Rode VideoMicro external microphone. It's light at under 3 ounces and relatively inexpensive. I use the included fuzzy windscreen to reduce wind noise since when I'm out in the mountains, I usually have to contend with some wind. I use the Peak Designs capture clip to carry my camera. This system consists of a plate that attaches to the bottom of my camera and the capture clip that attaches to one of my backpack straps. My camera with the plate simply slides into the capture clip and is locked into place. To remove the camera from the clip, I just press the button to disengage the lock and then pull the camera out of the clip. It's secure and makes my camera easily accessible. Before I used this system, I had concerns about the added weight to the camera on one of my straps and whether or not that would become uncomfortable over time. Fortunately, I haven't experienced any discomfort with this system using my camera setup. And overall, I've been pretty happy with this system. The tripod I use is the Sirui AM225. It uses carbon fiber legs to save weight. The weight of the tripod without the ball head is only 26 ounces. With the legs fully extended, my camera sits at a comfortable 49 inches from the ground. The twist locks have a nice comfortable rubber coating, and they allow me to quickly extend the legs. I can adjust the angles of the legs when I need more stability or when I want to position the camera very low to the ground. The tripod is less expensive than many other carbon fiber tripods, and the build quality is very good. Now, while the ball head that came with the tripod is good, I did replace it with a ball head from Really Right Stuff. RRS are renowned for their ball heads. I use the BH25 model. It's lightweight and has large knobs, making it comfortable to use. The build quality of this ball head is exceptional, and it holds my camera setup very securely. To record aerial footage, I use the DJI Mini 2 drone. This drone is very compact when folded up and is very lightweight at under 250 grams. I use my smartphone along with the controller. I bring extra batteries and also use ND filters when it's bright out. Now, while these can record some amazing footage, I don't actually use this drone very much. Where I live, drones are prohibited in most of the areas I hike, so be sure to check the rules and regulations where you live before you fly. Fines can be very expensive. Also, drones can be noisy, so I really don't like flying it when others are around. To create my videos, I use Final Cut Pro. I import my footage from my trip, and I'll also import royalty-free music from either MusicBed or Epidemic Sound. Then I work on the edit, and when I'm finished, I export my 4K movie that I can then upload to YouTube. Alright, so that concludes with what camera gear I take on my hiking and backpacking trips. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel for more related content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.